All right, Coach. Went 1-0, open OVC play with splash 56 points on offense. You know that had to be nice to see those guys rolling and just kind of speak to that performance as a whole.
Yeah, you and I talked about it after the game. Certainly challenged the offense coming off the Boise State game where we didn't perform very well, and so there was certainly a sense of urgency in the building this week and at practice of offensive line and tight ends and running backs of being able to, really concentrated on the first steps at the offensive line position, and so the kids took it to heart and executed well. So certainly was pleased with that, and so hopefully we can build off of that. Defensively wasn't a very good performance by us. It wasn't up to our standard of the way we want to play defense, and it's disappointing coming off of a very good showing the week before. And so, trying to find the consistency of all three units. Special teams played well, but I think that was more to give Tyler Larko kicked the ball very well, kicked off and had several touchbacks and punted the ball well, and that makes two units very well do a good job or show up well in the stat sheet of his performance. So I was certainly pleased with that, and we caught the ball well on punt returns. So and then fair catch, several kickoff returns. So I thought two of the three units performed well. Like I said, we looking for consistency on the defense side of the ball. So looking forward to addressing that today in team meeting. But you got the win. You're 1-0. 8th straight win at home. So a lot of positive things to build off of, and we'll move on into a much improved Tennessee Tech team this week.
Do you think you're getting closer to putting all three units together?
I was hoping so. We were wanting the defense to have the consistency, but we'll see. I don't know. I mean, the kids have to make a personal, you have to have pride in your personal performance, and I felt like that. We played just good enough on defense. Every time the offense would score, it's like the defense, said, okay, let's just get them down, keep it in front. I mean, they had 25 first downs against us. Okay, and that's unacceptable. And so where the week before the offense couldn't get a first down, and then the defense was played with strained effort and running the football and fighting tooth and nail to keep us in the game, and they did that for 3.5 quarters last week. So we're looking for the consistency in both all three phases, and if we do that, then we'll get better.
One guy that stepped in, Christian Dow, was up front, and redshirt freshman stepped in for an injured player, but he had a big game, and how exciting is it to see your player development kind of step up?
No, there was two guys on defensive line wise that I thought consistently played with tremendous effort, and that was Christian, and Smiley is his nickname, and it has a great spirit about him, and second-year player for us. So I thought Smiley played really hard, and I thought TJ at the jack position played really hard and was physical and flew around consistently, not just one play and then just kind of floated around. I thought those two guys up front, played well.
TJ's a guy, a veteran who's been a 4-year starter at another place. Probably took him a little while to find his niche in our defense.
Yeah, that's what I think too, and it helped him this week. I think being the fourth game with us, he didn't get here to this summer. Played for 4 years at Wofford, and transferred here as a grad student. And Gio was out this week, so that gave TJ an opportunity to get a lot more reps in practice and a lot more reps in the game, and he'll continue to do so.
Last couple of weeks, one thing your defense has done is we've gotten inside the red zone and
Yeah.
really clamp down and force field goals. Is that something that you can take out of this game and be somewhat proud of?
Absolutely. No, like I said, it wasn't a total collapse or anything like that. We scored on defense. We got 2 turnovers. So, out of 80 plays, we're talented enough to where we expect good things to happen. Okay, so those are some good things, but there's another 50 in there that whether it be missed tackles at the linebacker spot or just poor technique or not chasing the ball at the safety spot. And these are players that have done it before. These that have consistently done it at a high level. So once again, I think it's more mindset. We're certainly capable of doing that. But in the red zone, I would think this. I think, yeah, certainly, I like our scheme down there. We mix man and zone in there. You have to catch us in a certain thing to be able to have success against us. And when we seem to play harder in the red zone than we did between the 20 and 20 this past week. So, you know, that's the style of defense I expect to see us, you know, in the open field.
Is it harder to correct mindset than it is technical scheme?
You know, it's really up to each individual. It's up to each individual. It has to be, like I said, a personal choice that, you know, has to be made. And it's no different than, you know, good players, when they see it on tape, you know, have to recognize it. That's the only way you get better. They have to recognize it. It shouldn't take me, you know, raising my voice or anything like that. I mean, if you have a good football team, you show it to them on tape, and if you're going to grow, they recognize it, you know, or you have to give other guys opportunities. That's the way competition works.
You know, I had a coach tell me one time that if, a basketball coach, if you're missing free throws and missing layups halfway through the season, that's who you are. What is UT Martin right now, 4 games into the season?
I'd say inconsistent. You know, now, and I get it. It's not coach speak. I mean, you know, boys, I would think offensively, 3 out of the 4 games, we've done some good things and, you know, scored some points. And, you know, you throw Boise State in there, pretty good, you know, obviously pretty good FBS defense. But, you know, we only got 5 conference games, you know, so it's not like, you know, when I walked in here, I'm looking at this OVC sheet here, and, you know, you see us at 1-0, okay? And traditionally, you'd say, hey, it's a long, you know, they got 7 more, and this thing will change a bunch of times and stuff like that. But with only 5, you don't have room, you know, for a mistake. You don't to lay an egg against a quality or, you know, an OVC opponent. So the sense of urgency is going to have to show up, you know, every day.
Going into this week, we kind of talk about it every year, but homecoming, it's a little different feel on the campus, and for the team, the pageantry of it. I know it's one of your favorite weeks.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. You know, and I want to make sure that our players, and I'll talk to them about that today, it's one of the best weeks at UT Martin. You know, the different pageantry and traditions that are created here, and hopefully it'll be our best crowd, and we'll have a, you know, great group of high school recruits that will show up for the game. You know, I enjoy it. I mean, there's a lot of that goes into the rope pool and the lip syncs and the different things, and Quad City there, you know, in our great looking middle campus. So no, and I take personal pride. It kind of refreshes me every year when we get to you know, get to that homecoming game, all right? But what I'll tell our players is, though, homecoming games, the day can be great, the week can be great, okay? But it's even better with a win at home, okay? So we got to do our part, prepare this week, and be ready for that, you know, so everybody can enjoy the week, enjoy the day, and go home with some good memories.
Are you one of those guys that would rather play in the day, in the afternoon, earlier the better, later the better?
You know, it goes when you win, you want to play in the day. All right, because you got, you know, it makes the Sunday when you come back into work, you have a little bit longer, your coaching staff does, to rest and all those kind of things. But, you know, there is some benefits of playing at night. You know, this past week, kids got to sleep a little bit longer after a long week of class and practice and stuff. And there's some merit to that, too. But, you know, I guess where we pretty much midday from here on out, okay? So that's fine. We'll adjust to it and roll with it.
Sergeant or Trophy, the series looks a little different now that one school's not in it, but still 3 critical games in the series, 2 for you guys. I know you guys take pride in having that heavy trophy stay in Martin, and you guys got against Tech last year.
I didn't know it was still active, but I'm glad to hear you say that. No, that's good. That Sergeant York is the trophy's in our building right now, and so it looks good every day when I walk in there and see it sitting there. So we need to. That's more incentive to, you know, on top of it being another conference game as well. So we'll make sure. Thank you. We'll make sure we bring that up in team meeting today.
Tech,
Mhm.
they come in here, a team that you actually
Mm-hmm.
got to celebrate on their field a little bit last year
Mhm.
with that
Yeah.
championship, but a team that brings in a quarterback that you're
Yeah.
familiar with, had success at his previous school, probably a reworked offense that's trying to
Mhm.
find their way too. What have you seen from Tech, and what do you expect?
You know, first of all, you know, Coach Dwayne Alexander, I think a lot of. I consider him a friend and a good man, and this is his best team, in my opinion, since he's been there. He's been kind of building it up, and some of those guys have gotten older. They've recruited well, and you know, this is the best team he's had that we faced. So, you know, now they've added the quarterback with experience. He's beat us before when he was a true freshman. I guess it was 7-0 that game or something. You know, it was a good college game. And they got you know, they came out on top there. So, you know, if we don't get ourselves ready to play, you're playing an experienced quarterback. You just saw an experienced quarterback this past week throw for 300-some yards against us. When guys have played a lot of snaps, they can get rid of the ball quicker. They see things. Their timings is a lot different than a young quarterback. Same way with Dresser. You know, the ball comes out fairly quick. You know, you put that with you know, with the defense, you know, play split safety coverage, but then they bring the zero pressure, and if you're not ready for it, you know, you give up the sack. So, you know, like I said, this is the best team they've had since he's been there that I've coached against. So, be a good competitive game.